Hello, beautiful people. Thank you so much for tuning in, watching, and listening. This is going to be the mid-January 2023 reading for the zodiac sign of Scorpio. As always, my readings are very intuitive, so I'll provide you with any intuitive messages that I receive, as well as the meaning of the tarot cards. I do, however, recommend you check out your sun, moon, and rising just to get a full picture of everything that's going on for you this month. And if you haven't done so already, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel. When you subscribe, that helps me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post new content. But let's go and jump in and get started. In column number 1, we're going to take a look at what's wrapping up and coming to a close, so last few weeks or month. Column number 2, we're going to take a general look at what's coming through the remainder of January. We're also going to do a money column, a love column, and the 5th and final column, we're going to do a message from our future self or spirit guides. So something to carry into the remainder of January. We're also going to do 3 yes or no questions, take a look at your crystal of the month, and do a healing note. But again, let's go ahead and jump in. Also, if you've watched my videos for a while, we did go back to an older deck, so a deck you've seen before, and somebody sent me this new deck as a thank you. So thank you for those cards. So an old deck and a new deck in the mix. But summary card for what's wrapping up and coming to a close, we have the card, I am gifted. I hope that you realize just how gifted you are, Scorpio, and how valued you are. But I feel like one of your gifts really shined through in the last few weeks or month. Perhaps like you're a really great writer and you were able to help somebody edit a book that they were working on. Or maybe you do tarot readings or mediumship readings as well, and you were able to share that gift with someone. So really your gifts have shined through these last few weeks. Okay, let's take a look and see what other messages we have. Oops. Okay. Perfect. First up, we have the Four of Wands. On the original tarot deck, the Four of Wands kind of looks like a finish line. So I think there was something that was completed the last few weeks or month. This is also very much so a card of family and friends. So again, sharing that gift with a family, friend, coworker, somebody that you're close to. This is also a card of celebration. So could have been engaging in some sort of celebration these last few weeks as well. Up next, we have the Eight of Coins. The Eight of Coins is mastering your craft, enjoying your employment. We can't all say that we get to enjoy what we're doing, but it does seem like you're working on something you enjoy, or this gift that you shared is really something that you truly enjoy. So again, it's kind of enjoying that work that's being done. One thing I really like about the Eight of Coins or the Eight of Pentacles is that it's like knowing that you're going to reap the benefits of your hard work as well. So all that hard work is going to be paying off. At the bottom here, we have the Hermit. And the Hermit is a card of going within for clarity. This light in the lantern is the light within you, Scorpio. And this is like checking, and are we doing what feels good? Are we living our personal truth? Are we living our personal path? Do we have spiritual illumination? So again, is it really feeling good at the core? Are we on our right path? I think that this was like sharing this gift kind of triggered that thought for you and looking for ways how we can embrace that gift further. But let's go ahead and clarify, see what other messages I can give you here. First up, we have the Magician. I like to see the Magician no matter where it comes up in our readings. All around, it's just a good card to have. The Magician's very focused creativity. It's turning visions into reality. It's inspired action. Again, I feel like your gift supported that. It was focusing your creativity in a certain area. It was helping turn a vision into reality. It was inspiring action in others. So it's really neat that you were able to do all of those such powerful and meaningful things. You are like serving in the role of the Magician. The next card that we have is the Three of Cups. The Three of Cups is another card of family and friends. That's a big message coming through. This is also a card of celebration. So definitely some sort of celebration. I assume connected to family or friends. This is also a card of circle of support. And again, I feel like you were sharing your gifts, supporting somebody when they needed it the most. And I do think that this is like, again, you found enjoyment in it, but there will be benefit for you in doing such. At the bottom here, we have the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles is a card of luxury, financial gain, self-sufficiency. I would encourage you, if you're not using this gift to make money, consider it. It does seem like there's the potential to profit off of whatever this is here, Scorpio. So interesting message, very neat. I'm glad you shared that gift. It seemed really impactful and meaningful. Now let's move on to column number 2, which is just general what's coming for January. We have the card I Feel Balanced. This is perfect. We pretty much always need more balance and harmony. So I like that you're going to get this sense of balance going into the end of the month. But let's see what other messages we've got going on here. First up, we have the Ten of Cups. For those of you that have watched my readings before, you know the Ten of Cups is one of my favorite cards in the entire deck. It is actually my favorite card in the entire deck. The Ten of Cups is a card of family, friends, total love, total support, contentment. It's seriously everything perfect. It's everything you could want is the Ten of Cups. And that's why I like this card so much. I also didn't used to think that contentment was that important. And now I realize how hard it is to be content. So hence my love for the Ten of Cups. But this is awesome. It's looking like the next few weeks is going to be really, really strong as we end of January. Again, this is everything you could possibly want. This is love. This is support. This is family. This is contentment. This is happiness. All things good with the Ten of Cups. The next card that we have is the Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups is a card of having lots of different things going on. On the original deck, there's like something different in each of these cups. So oftentimes when I see it, it indicates that things are going to be a little bit busy. So keep that in mind. But I like to see that we can be busy and balanced at the same time. It's not an easy thing to do, Scorpio. So props to you there. The Seven of Cups can also be a card of like being hesitant to commit to something. So do keep that in mind. Make sure there's none of that non-committal energy. At the bottom here, we have the Five of Wands. The Five of Wands is a card with a lot of different meanings. Oftentimes this is rivalry, challenges, obstacles, but this can also be like sport. I feel like you need to make sure that you're keeping a work-life balance here. It's like and focus on routine. So like make sure you're moving your body, you're going for a walk, you're going to the gym. It can't just be like work all the time. So be thinking about balancing in that sense too, Scorpio. Let's see what other messages I have here though. First up, we have the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles is a card of desire for long-term security. These are the things you desire. These are the things that you want. And the Ten of Cups is like, again, the card of everything wonderful. So I like to see this in January. It's like some of your wants, some of your needs, some of your desires are going to be fulfilled. We're going to be really content with the situation that we're in. Love to see that. The next card that we have is the Three of Pentacles. The Three of Pentacles is a card of teamwork. It's a card of collaboration. It's also really heavy focus on skill and quality. I guess perhaps some of that non-committal energy you could be feeling. Make sure you're like checking the skill or checking the quality. Also though, as things get busy, we need to make sure that you're maintaining your skill, your quality, your balance. So keep that in mind. At the bottom here, we have the Ace of Pentacles. Anytime we have an Ace card, it's a card of newness. With the case of Ace of Pentacles, this is new job, raise, promotion, investment, income. Again, I feel like there's things that you could be making money that you're not making money on right now. Maybe you want to be a personal trainer, or maybe you join a weight loss program that pays you. There's some other things that you could be capitalizing on now. So definitely opportunities for new funds. So keep an eye out for that. Okay, now let's move on to our next column, which is anything related to money. We're going to pull a money tips trick card. In this case, it's an affirmation to start off. It says, love and happiness can coexist with wealth. So in this column, we're going to talk about anything related to money, job, career, finances, businesses you run, investments you have, really whatever you associate with money, Scorpio. And let's see what messages we have here. First up, we have the Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands is a card of being stressed, being exhausted, having lots of burdens. Going back to the card of I feel balanced, we almost need to speak that into existence here. So I feel like you maybe are a little overwhelmed. Maybe it's really busy at work. When we get the Ten of Wands, though, we need to make sure that we're not overcommitting, because it's like almost like we already have too much on our plate. So do be thoughtful of that as you move forward into the remainder of January. The next card that we have is the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands is a card of waiting for results. Also, anytime we have two of something on a card, it is an indicator of a decision. I do think there could be a decision if you're going to take on something more or not, so do be aware of that. This can also be a card of travel, so some of you could definitely be traveling for work or making travel plans for work. And at the bottom here we have the Hierophant. The Hierophant is very traditional, very conventional. It's a card of expectations as well. We have to be careful again with overcommitting, because we want to make sure that we're delivering on expectations. So make sure that you're clear on expectations this month and make sure that you're capable of delivering on them. So think about that when we commit to anything else this month. That could be financial or career, I guess. Worth calling that out. In terms of clarifiers, first we have the Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles is a card of delayed success, a card of waiting. Again, there are some things that are going to have to wait because we just have too much on the plate already. So make sure we don't overcommit, have things wait that need to wait. The next card that we have is the Empress. The Empress is a card of creation. It's a card of abundance. I love to see this card anywhere, but especially in the money and career column. We want to think about creating more money. We want to think about creating more abundance. So I love the Empress for that reason. It's on top of the Two of Wands. I feel like traveling for work could open some doors for you, so just keep that in mind. But also in terms of this decision that's made, it seems like it's opening doors. It's leading to more abundance. It's leading to that ability to create further. At the bottom here, we have the Emperor. The Emperor is a card of respect, leadership, strategic planning. Some of you could be in a leadership role or taking on a leadership role. That's pretty common when the Emperor comes up. This is also a card, though, of future focus, thinking about the future. Whatever is being worked on right now is pretty critical. It's kind of guiding forward. It's being viewed. It's being noted. It's being watched. So keep that in mind. It's like the action you're taking now kind of influences future career and money moves for you. So again, being clear on those expectations and meeting those expectations will be important. Okay, now let's take a look at our next column, which is which is related to love. So similar to the money column, I did get a love card. So the love card says, forgiveness. Stop focusing your energy on past events. Life is too precious to waste. You create your reality by what you think, dream, and imagine. So let's go ahead and take a look here and see what we've got going on. This is anything related to love, family, friends, relationship, children, marriage, whatever you associate with love here, Scorpio. First, we have the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands is a card of speed, action, quick change. It does seem like there's something moving, something changing pretty quickly here. The Eight of Wands can also be finding out information. So you could be learning something new, finding out some sort of new piece of information related to love this month. Of course, we're going to clarify, but again, something's happening fast here. The next card that we have is the Emperor. The Emperor is again that card of respect, leadership, strategic planning. I feel like if you are in a relationship, this is a good sign. This is kind of saying the strength, the longevity of the relationship, but you're also like plotting what you want in the future. You're planning your next move in terms of love, figuring out what you want in terms of love. The Emperor can also be a card of good parenting. It's father figure type energy. So definitely could be a card of pregnancy or fertility if that's what you're looking for. And at the bottom here, we have the Ten of Cups. The Ten of Cups is a card of leaving a legacy. Again, this is really like long-term energy. You're plotting. I don't know how else to say that. Both of the Ten of Coins and the Emperor, you're planning something in the future. You're figuring out where the current relationship's going to go or what you want from your next relationship. Maybe you're planning a wedding, planning a 5-year where you're going to move. we're plotting here. I don't know what we're plotting, but we're definitely plotting something. With the Ten of Pentacles, this is also a card of retirement or inheritance. So congratulations if you are retiring. Perhaps there could be some inheritance or some money coming into the family in some shape or form as well. Let's go ahead and clarify though and see what we got next. First, we have the King of Pentacles. This totally builds off the planning, the plotting that's happening here. The King of Pentacles is very solid, very practical, very wise. Again, we're just like creating a plan of some sort for love. And I feel like it's going to go into action really, really quickly with the Eight of Wands. Or perhaps we found out some piece of information and now we're planning based on what the information is that we found. We have the King of Cups as well. The King of Cups is very supportive, very tolerant, very empathetic. Again, for those of you that are in the relationship, it's respectful, it's well received. I feel like you're aligned long term, which I like to see. Again, we're heading in the right direction. We're heading in the same direction, more importantly, for those of you that are in a relationship. At the bottom here, we have the Hangman. The Hangman sometimes can be a stagnant card. You're waiting for more information before you move forward. But with the Eight of Wands, it's like we did get this information. And with the Hangman, this is a card of wisdom. So now it's like we have the information that we need so we can start this planning, start this plotting. So I don't know what you're planning, but you're planning something love related. Okay, now let's take a look at our next and last column, which is a message from our future self or spirit guide, something to carry into the end of January with us. We have the card I Feel Loved. I like this so much. This goes both ways. It's important to call out, Scorpio. You can feel loved by loving yourself, but this is also the love from those around you. It's really neat to see. But I think you're really going to feel the love going into the end of January. Let's see what messages we have here though. The first card that we have is the Death card. I always think it's important to call out that the Death card does not actually mean death, but it is an indicator of a change. It's something ending. It's moving on to something new. It's rebirth. It's transformation. So do be anticipating some sort of shift coming here for you. I think you're going to have a little bit of anxiety about this new beginning. Perhaps you weren't quite ready for this ending, but it's like something that has to happen right now. The Five of Coins is a card of worry. So again, maybe this didn't happen the exact way, so it's causing some angst, it's causing some worry, because we just maybe weren't quite ready for this change or this transformation. I do think you're going to be well supported though through it. Be focusing on supporting yourself as well. And at the bottom here we have the Two of Swords, so it's kind of having to decide how we handle this change that we weren't expecting. The Two of Swords is about making a decision. I don't know that you're going to get the decision on the change, but you are going to get the decision on how you handle it. So keep that in mind. I know there's some angst there. Let's clarify though and see what messages I can provide you. The first card that we have is the Lover's card. The Lover's card is a card of love. It's partnership, deep love, a strength together. But again, anytime we have two of something on a card, it indicates a decision. And again, I don't think you have a decision in the change itself, but we do have the decision of how we respond to this. So this transformation, this change, I think is just coming sooner than you expected. So be aware of that. It's like it just happened and it maybe wasn't when you thought it would or what it would be. The next card that we have is the King of Swords. The King of Swords is very intentional. It's very strategic. Again, you need to start thinking in terms of future because you can't change this change. So you need to just start like accepting it and planning accordingly, thinking about the future given the change that happened. At the bottom here, we have the Three of Swords. The Three of Swords can be a card of kind of low feelings. Again, there was some worry, some angst around it, but we need to make the decision of how we are going to react to the change because we don't get to necessarily make a choice on the change itself. Okay, Scorpio, at this time I'm going to give you the opportunity to ask 3 yes or no questions. We're going to use our Gypsy Witch fortune telling deck. If you don't have 3 questions in mind, you can pause the video here and think of them. Question number 1 is the 10 of Diamonds. This is the number 8 card. This is going to be a no. Question number 2 is the King of Clubs. This is number 50 card. That's going to be a yes. And question number 3 is the King of Diamonds. This is number 15 card. That's also a yes. So no, yes, yes, they're for you, Scorpio. If you watched your video earlier this month, we did pull a card from our Healing Stones deck, which is a crystal to keep with you through the month of January. Your crystal this month is rock crystal, which is good for clarity, purity, energy. It helps you really have aim in life too. And last but not least, we're going to pull a card from our Healing Notes deck. Your Healing Note says, healing is a journey traveled one step at a time, one day at a time, one prayer at a time. Thank you so much, Scorpio, for tuning in, watching, and listening. Please do like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how this video resonates with you. Again, subscriptions help me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post new content. I did include my Venmo in the comments box if you'd like to make a donation. Thank you so much, Scorpio, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your January.